So, welcome back, guys. Salamander is hitting you with another episode of Dwarf Fortress. Um, Beginning of this episode will be me talking a lot, and what I wanted to talk about is the way we are heading and the way this game works. And you can do these games in a million ways, and you could go as we have done right now. We started up with my vague plan of settling up a temporary area up in this corner, and then, as I've talked about before, we going to settle down and do a proper, more posh establishment in the middle of this area. Um, there are different ways to do this game, and there are applications to kind of pre-build your fort. I can't remember the name of the applications right now. I haven't really used them, but you could build like templates to set it up, and basically have a pre-made plan for everything. You have a pre-made plan for your starting area, you have a pre-made plan for expansion, you have a pre-made plan for glory, and you kind of done it before you did it. And that's kind of an interesting way to approach this game. But for me, I kind of prefer to adapt to situations, and see what kind of starting area. I've talked about this before, but if we widen out, I kind of expected that this mountain range would start pretty close to the brook. I expected it to be much steeper. On the other side, I kind of expect this mountain range would start around here. I also expected it to be much steeper. It wasn't really much to do when it comes to this mountainside. I had fancy plans for making bridges between this part of the valley and this part, but as it panned out, it didn't really work that way. So I kind of had to adapt. When you I when you I guess when you make pre-planned forts, uh, kind of have to be certain that your starting area fits your criteria. And one way of doing this is, I mean, mostly start at a flat starting area. Um, the way the brook or the river or whatever comes out could uh, cause you some problems, but I kind of like to do it. I don't know if it's the proper word, but kind of procedural, to kind of go with the way the starting area is is set up. And I had plans for this one, and they didn't come through as I would have loved to have them. But anyways, one thing that has been bothering me quite a bit, and it's the water management of this starting location. I do have a plan of what we are going to do, and I will give some hints away because, as you can see, while you have been away doing other important stuff, I've placed some keystones, like two here, two here, two here, and another two. Um, and these are kind of key markers, for lack of better words, to where our fort, uh, not fort, is a castle. It's not a castle, but it's a walled off location, uh, is gonna be. And I've actually done some pre-planning while you have been away. I've also chopped down a lot of more trees, so this old stockpile is full. I've made another one down here, and I think maybe I made some plans. No, this one is still virgin land for stuff. It's still a lot of stones. Wrong crease. T B H. There's still a lot of stones here, but what I have done is that I did it below top level. I did plan out a kind of approximation of what I want to do in this area, and I did it one level below ground just to get the measurements right. And then I've set up a major um, major the main staircase shaft. And what I have done is that I've cut it off here because I don't want them to dig it out if I kind of change my mind. I don't think I will, but anyway. So this is pre-planned. This is pre-planned, and I've decided we are going to go down to level 101. So this will be our main living quarters area. I can't remember the correct number, but I think it's like 150, 155 um, um, sleeping chambers, living rooms, rooms, kind of, for each and every dwarf. Because if I haven't showed you before, boom, I've set the cap to 150 with this children cap, and we are currently sitting at 81 plus 5 plus 8, that's 94. I think we will get 2 or maybe 3 migration waves more before we are capped on people in this fort. And I think it works like this. The level of attacks you will get is some kind of proportional to the age of the fort and this number, created wealth. So kind of on purpose. I have held back a bit on us developing wealth because I want us to be built up on people, but we are way behind in some ways, and we are doing good, or kind of very good in other ways. But we are really lacking is we haven't started a proper military in any way whatsoever. We got a couple of hunters, and they could fend off some stuff as long as they don't get into melee range, because then they will be slaughtered. We do have, I think I made some kind of count. We could set up uh, a melee squad of like 8 person that has decent skills, but would be kind of crap, to be honest. Coffee. Mm. So, I think at this moment in time, we are going to start going big. And going big means we need to set up proper rooms for our dwarves. And this is where most people are going to live. I think I will actually cut off the rooms at the fringes here, because I'm gonna set up. Well, maybe I'm gonna talk about a bit later. But we really make the we really should make the push for the big move to go big. And if I haven't said that before, and I didn't get a chance to read the epic lines from the embarkment screen. There's something wrong in that one, and it says we are here to make an outpost. We're not here to make and I'm gonna use the word. We're not here to make a fucking outpost. We are here to start a new dynasty. We're here to start a kingdom. We're not here to be kind of vassals of some dwarven big civilization. We are here to make it out on our own. We're gonna be big. So, with that said, we're gonna go back to more modest things. Spring did arrive. I left you when there was still ice kind of around here. Now the ice is kind of just this tiny area, and I want to see what happens in the merging area between Brook and our self-made moat. So I'm gonna get this game rolling off this big rant. I think there will be some more rants from me coming pretty soon, because I do have some other things that I would like to talk about. Um, um, and while we have this game running, I've set out the woodcutter to clear off this area. I want it to be decently clean of trees when we start to build our big project in that area. But right now we rock coffers. We will need more. So JMQ coffers, not coffins. Make it 30 more. The other reason why I'm holding in all wood is if we get under siege, I want to be comfy that we have a lot of wood inside, so we can still make our beds and barrels and bins, the big B things in life. Uh, and just to show you, we are pretty sweet on drink and food, so that's not a big problem at the moment. There are some other problems, but I'm gonna shelter you from those until a bit later. I've also set up a floor and a new wall up on this level, so we could hey, you see, worked. It did work. And more importantly, this area was dug out from the ice. These probably, I mark it up for you to make it easier to see. How should I do this? Okay, so you see the green square. Most probably. Oh, okay. So go for the yellow square. Q, the yellow one. This, 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 this. Let's move down the square, and those three or those two were dug out from ice. And once I did that, the game considered them not to be part of the brook anymore. That's very interesting. Interesting game mechanics, and interesting in another way, to be honest. Because if we wanted to be evil, and that's always interesting, is that maybe, yes maybe, in the next winter, if we dug out all ice in this stream, sorry, brook, for God's sake, brook, we most probably couldn't dig out the border squares, but if we dug out the ice, connected it to here, and then at a later stage dug it all out all the way, we might just turn this brook into a stream. And a brook is passable by anyone walking. A stream is not, which would mean that we could build, if we did that and it worked, this one would be uncrossable apart from mobs that were decent swimmers. They would be forced to cross a bridge, and that goes for migrants coming from the south, goes for caravans. It's coming from the south, but also from sieging enemies coming from the south. That's a big defensive bonus that we could potentially earn us. It could be thought upon as cheating, maybe. And I don't think we're gonna do it, but it's an interesting thought anyway. Very interesting. So I'm a very happy puppy that we got this moat set up, and we are now kind of defensively safe from this side because nothing can get in at this level, either winter with frozen or not. They have to come here, and that one is walled off all the way around. Why are you sleeping up here, you stupid person? And if this one gets frozen, they can still get down into this moat. That won't help them. They will be on this side. This one is frozen. They can still walk in here. So we still have a problem. We still have a problem. Meaning that we will need to extend this wall up here, around here, and back to close this one off. It's a decent start. I'm happy. So this has been a lot of rambling and talking about this and that. It would have been nice if this one has been sealed off, but I can see the problem now. It's going to be ice here. It's going to be ice here, and they can still walk up to our wall. But yeah, we will build another wall just to seal off this area, and we will be fine on this side. I'm gonna cut this one here, and we will move on to the big push in the next one. So see you then, and bye bye.